Hi, I am coming to you a little behind, but I'm coming to you to teach movement that is good for your body, mind, and soul. And you know, I talk about soul a lot. I call the yoga I teach soul flow. And so I thought this would be a good opportunity, since we have the energy of air and water, which oppose each other, and understanding how the soul shows up. So we're in a movement-based practice that is intentional and is mindful. And, you know, yoga, because we bring our sense of spirit into it. Spirit is more of air and fire energy, up and out. I talked about this not too long ago. And so up and out energy is that activating. It's the going to work. It's going to take the trash out. It's calling your friends. It's coming up with a goal. It's this idea of manifesting and making conscious choices. But soul energy is about going in and down into your inner self. So wildly, the word psyche traditionally means soul, not mind. It means soul. And so before we had the formal ideas of psychology, we had ancient practices, and they were actually about the soul, about connecting to what is it internally that you can bring forward. So the only way we can connect internally is if we go inward. So that's the idea of soul flow. So you might be like, well, that's spirit. Spirit is the animation of that soul. It is the animation of your inner essence. And so I just thought I'd use this time to clarify. So if we're going to go up and out and movement, specifically the movement and the idea of big picture, of all beings everywhere, of that sacred connection of the breath that we all share. Well, what are we doing? We're breathing to give substance to our life. And that substance is sustenance. But when we can get kind of all big picture, we forget to take care of ourselves. Or if we take care of everybody else, we can forget to take care of ourselves. And so this kind of bigger energy, humanity, all beings, not just the ones you like, all of them. And that unconditional love that binds us all, even if you could just say gravity. So in that, we need gravity. If you look at my daily posts, you'll see that there's a lot of air in the sky. All that's saying is that there's a lot of energy informing our psyche, our inner self. Just like, you know, if you learned that there was a flood warning, would you go drive down by the river? You could. You're allowed to. It may not work out so well. So by knowing in that subtle influence on ourselves that there's a lot of air energy, a lot of calling forward, a lot of futuristic, a lot of technology that we don't understand how to work, that it can also be really, really foggy, because fog is water, and asking us to go inward and nourish or marinate our visions. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna find a moment to center and marinate the visions that we hold and not try to manifest them. We're just gonna, I heard these words yesterday, and I've probably said them before, really use our practice to understand how to relax into the arms of the universe, how to lean back into grace, how to remind ourselves that we may not know our exact trajectory, but that we know we're moving forward. And we know that we are pausing long enough to tend to these parts of ourselves, the joints of ourselves, and awaken to the parts that are hungry for animation. Okay? And that animation is your vision. If you find that you're going backwards a lot, if you find that you're in a lot of reflection, then just be aware of that and ask that reflection of like, oh, I had somebody say to me, hey, let me know when you're teaching in person again. I don't know if that's going to happen. A, I don't know where I would land, and B, I don't know how I feel about all that I have to orchestrate in order to go. I'd rather not make any money sitting in my own house, even though my parents are here right now and my daughter's home, in that level of living based on my values. Then no offense, you guys, I love you all, Perry, Diane, Martha, Pat, all of you all. I can close my eyes and see all the faces I've ever taught. And I miss you guys so much. However, what I don't miss is the overpouring of my energy to where I'm depleted for my own life. So this is complicated and difficult. However, at the same time, I see a vision of where when I do teach in person, it's in a more intimate setting where it is more of that VIP energy, right? Like that place of where we get to really be in that nourishment, where we truly can marinate because we become clear in our visions and we know how to take action that's aligned with our true self, okay? So, one little admin detail, if I have admin details on a Facebook page. The videos are only up for 30 days now. I do post them onto YouTube, and my hope is to then move into a different format and system. I'll still always be live. So if you're doing this because it's keeping you above water, it's keeping you sane, it's serving your mental health, and just by showing up, that's the love offering you can have and give, great. But I got to figure out a way to, been doing this for a year in service. Some of you guys have been able to contribute financially, which is amazing. But I also have to kind of get my bearings about myself and make sure that I'm not starting to put my little, very tiny business into great debt, which I'm not there yet. So I'm just saying. So I don't know how that's going to look. So that's just the only admin detail. But the Facebook classes will only last for a year. There's still so many here, right? So in marinating, water and air, we're going to work with the curves of the spine, the psoas, the hips, and the connection to these domes. So actually, no, we're going to connect to the center of the forehead, the center of the throat, the center of the heart, the solar plexus. We're going to work with the energetic centers of the body that move, so we can really look at, are we over giving? Are we giving too much out? And look at what we need to nourish and marinate. We're going to start standing up, okay? Because we're moving into new moon energy this weekend. And as we start standing, the chances of me being interrupted by a person is likely. So as you're standing, hands come to the center of your forehead. 3 breaths here. Marinate, like let your gaze move inward from that, not judgmental, not critical, not victim, not martyr, but just that pure, vibrant energy of your highest self looking inward and downward and bathing yourself in the light of who you are. And once you have those 3 breaths, then bring the hands hands to your lips, and all that you speak, that your internal conversation that you're going to marinate in as you practice is of the highest. And then bring your hands to your heart center, fingertips pointing forward or hands resting on the heart. 3 breaths here, and the appreciation of the body, the calling in of the highest, the integration into the heart. And then bring your hands down to your solar plexus, breathing into the back part as well, the back of the chest, not just the front body. 3 breaths here. So that you can really trust in your own inner agency, your ability to choose, because you're going inward and downward. And then move hands to your low belly. Again, all the way into the sacrum as well. And just 3 breaths here. That you can trust that inner essence, your genius, that creative source. And then you're going to exhale, bend your knees. Bring your hands all the way down to your ankles, holding onto your feet. You can keep your eyes closed and just 3 breaths here. Knees can be bent. And then open your eyes looking at your own 2 feet, remembering that you are in charge of you, that you're going to trust in what's best for you, that you're going to tune in to what you need more of or less of, but really seeing this idea of marinating. So where do you want to be in the next 45 minutes? Cup your hands, bend your knees, roll your spine up, arms stretch up, offer it up, that intention, whatever that vision is, realizing that somehow you can know that it's all in alignment. Arms go wide, hinge the hips, fold forward, bend the knees, come back to that vision. Is that vision bright and illuminative for you, for the energy you want to bring forward, the energy you want to leave behind for others? Arms sweep up, offer it up. Arms go wide, fold all the way forward. Exhaling down. Bend the knees, and then 3rd time. What is that vision you're holding for the greater collective, for future generations, for our children's children's children? Offering it up, big breath in. And then exhale, arms go wide, hinge at the hips, fold all the way forward. Bend the knees, step all the way back, downward dog. Once you come into downward dog, knees bend, roll over, all the way to your right hand, come down to your right knee, push into the feet, so side table pose, draw into the core, stretch the arm long, and then bend the knee, pull up through the center. This knee's bent, turn the foot out, elbow to the thigh, arm lifts up. So we're close to the earth, draw into the core, circle the arm down, spin the back foot, arm lifts up, reach up and over, and then bend. You gotta get low, turn the left foot out, elbow to the thigh, arm stretches long, bend the knees. You're gonna pivot, push into the foot, stretch the arm by your ear, inhale the foot up, knee bends, grab hold of the foot, open the heart, full deep breath in, deep breath out, and then free the foot, hand to the earth, spin it all the way up and back, downward dog. I know, a little creative, a little flowy, but hey, it's me. Bend the knees, roll over to the left, left knee comes to the earth, right heel pivots, pull into the core, so get that line. Feel the hips, the feet, the hips, the low belly, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the center of the forehead, the crown of the head. That's the line we want to connect with. And then you're gonna bend down, turn the foot out, elbow to the thigh, arm stretches by the ear. Full breath in, draw in, turn the foot in, ground down, stretch long. Bend the knees, pivot, turn. So you're in your body. You're in the experience of you. It's like doing side angle, just that knees still. And then pivot, turn, stretch. Feel the extension, drawn to the core, foot lifts, knee bends, hold on to the foot. Stay connected to the solar plexus in the low belly. Fill up into the back body and lean into the arms of the universe. However you want to say that. And feel it. Exhale, free the foot, hand to the earth. Move all the way back, downward dog. Inhale, come forward into a plank pose. Knees come down, elbows bend into Cobra Pose. Full breath in, full breath out. And then stay lifted in the core, elbows bend, shoulders draw back, all the way to the earth. Sweep the hands back, inhale, rise up, draw up, and then exhale the hands down, feet ground down, inhale Cobra. Melt down, stay lifted in the core, hands sweep back, Shalabhasana. Hug into that midline and feel that vertical line, highly connected to that energy. Hands to the earth, feet ground down. Inhale, Cobra. Draw into the core, melt the heart, but keep yourself up. Shalabhasana. Hands to the earth, feet to the ground. Inhale, Cobra. Draw through the core, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. And a full breath out. So even pause for a moment. We don't have to leap into a 5-year, 10-year, 20-year plan. But let's just call it 20 breaths. Feel where you are right here now. The space in between your hips, in between your ovaries if they're still there, in between your lungs, in between your ears, just in between your shoulders. Connect to all that energy in between. Breathe into it. And how do you want to connect to that inner feeling? Before we lie down for Shavasana. And then invite that feeling right here and right now, that you believe in it, that you trust in it, that you dream about it. And then open yourself up to receive it. Lift the heels, bend the knees, right leg lifts. It's a feeling, it's not an action. It's not about being able to do a pose. Knee to your heart, circle the leg out to the side, all the way up and around. Now, because you received to opening and connecting to that inner essence, I want you to keep that center line really strong and solid as you do 5 circles with the leg. And after those 5 circles, step the foot through to a lunge. Pivot the back heel to the floor. Push into the earth. Lunge into the front knee. Hand can stay to the floor or elbow to the thigh. Draw into the core. Shoulders into the back. Feel this connection into the back line. I really want you to think of the back line more today than the front line. I want you to connect more to how are you allowing your vision to move inward and marinate into this core line of your being. Reach that left hand back as if you're holding a hand of someone for great support, and then reach the right arm forward. Draw into that center. Left arm stays parallel. Lift up, draw up, reach back. So you're not relying on your own effort. I know you are, but, and then inhale, come back through the center. Elbow to the thigh, arm lifts up, stretches over the ear. Circle the arm down, reach it back. Hold on to the hand of energy that you believe in. Right arm goes long, shoulders draw in, core is engaged. Rise up, this arm stays lifted, reach back. And then come all the way back to the center, arm by your ear. So dancing with that center line. You know what's going on with the arms. We have the vision. Now we're going to marinate in it 3 more times. Pull in, rise up, lift up, and then come all the way through. And feel the breath. Not so much about getting the performance perfected, but feeling the connection to that center line that you're moving from. You're moving from that inner essence. Big full breath in, and then exhale the hand to the earth. Spin the back heel up, bend the back knee, straighten the front leg. Remember these guys? This little mini unicorn pose. Okay, so here you are. Now reconnect. Space in between the hips, low belly, solar plexus, heart, throat, crown. Feel that breath, feel that connection. And then if you can, sweep your hands back, clasp the hands. Right? Do not pull the hamstring. So hands come to the earth if need be. Front legs working towards straight, back knees bend. It's not easy. Exhale the hands to the earth. Inhale that right leg up. Stretch the leg high. Open the hips. Big full breath in. And then exhale. Bring the knee to the wrist. Pigeon. Find your fingertips. Draw into that center. Cultivate a core connection, right? So again, straight through that energetic centers of the body. Rise up, lift up. If you want, hands come to the center of the forehead or the heart or down by your side. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then exhale, hands to the earth. Back knee lifts. Inhale, plank. You're gonna lower knees, elbows bend, lift into the core, shoulders drawn to the back. Move into Cobra Pose. Stay lifted, slow motion, marinating, slowly dripping down, grounding and nourishing and honoring. Inhale, rise up. Shalabhasana, hands under shoulders, feet ground down. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, heart bows, hands reach back. Inhale, rising up. And so we're just moving back and forth. 5's our lucky number today. Feeling the breath and that connection to your center, that connection to your inner being. Last time, rise up, shoulders to the back, draw into the core, toes tuck, downward dog. Now, as we're marinating that vision, what we have to watch is we got to be compassionate with ourselves. So the only way we can do that is if we love on ourselves. So for a moment, pause and connect to those that are no longer with you. I know that sounds sad, but that their energy, that their light, how they believed in you, how they inspired you, how they connected to you is still with you. And honor that energy. And as you breathe, 2 more breaths here connected to that center line. Invite that connection of that unconditional love that they showed you into your experience right here, right now. And then lift the heels. Stay connected. Lift the leg. Bend the knees. Knee comes in towards the heart. Circles around the side and all the way up and back. Stay super steady. Connected. The number is 5 today. You're in charge of you. And then step the foot all the way through to a lunge. Pivot the back heel. Elbow to the thigh. If you need to ground more, bend the knee. Get low. Go in. Shoulders drawn to the back. The shoulder too. I'm not there to tell you and see what your hand's doing.
You know who you are. It's almost all of us. Pay attention. So here you are, side angle pose. Shoulders are to the back. Connect to that diagonal line, right? It is your center. And we're going into those energetic centers without having a whole series on them. The likelihood of me doing a chakra series is minimal. However, guess what? You won't believe it. They all tie up into the planets in the days of the week. Inhale the arm by your ear. Big full breath in, full breath out. Now reach that arm. Remember, you're leaning into that energy, that unconditional love that you have evidence of. It's not imaginary, it's real, even if it was fleeting. Hold on, draw in, left arm goes, draw into that center, lift up, reach back. Feel the breath, and you're feeling this whole center line move together. You land in the pose, you get all the way connected to the feet, come back to the vision you're holding, your intention. Hand reaches back, grab a hold of that energy. Arm sweeps forward as if you're offering it out. And now lift up. Reach back. Circle through. Reach through. I lose count. So, draw in. Lean in. I feel like we have one or two left, so I'm just gonna go for it. If you are somebody who keeps count, then you know it's right for you. And then you're gonna come all the way back. Arm stretches, hand to the earth. Spin the back heel out. Oh yeah, adjust your feet if you need to. Bend the back knee. Ground into the front foot. You gotta pull into the belly, so we're connecting again to that pelvic floor. You're gonna find that you dump into the leg that's standing. So you gotta think of the pelvic floor, the feet, the low belly, the sacrum, right? What is going on? So if we're tilted this way, the energetic signature of our low belly and sacrum is out of alignment. So we want it to be more centered, right? That's where the balance could be. What's going out, what's coming in. Solar plexus, heart, throat, crown of the forehead, back knees bend. You check in, okay? Maybe you don't take the hands up this time. Maybe you do. My hamstring says not a chance. So you honor. Not with judgment or criticism, but just honor and respect. And then as you exhale, hands to the earth, lunge forward. Leg goes up, stretch the leg up high. So you're gonna wanna dump. Feels good, I know. But we wanna even it out. Stretch the leg, and then open the hips, staying really connected through the arms and shoulders. And the knee to the hip, wrist, pigeon. Tuck the toes. Do you feel your leg marinating in blood flow and oxygen? So make sure you're breathing so that the blood can flow. Tuck the back toes, check in again. You may not get the hands up off the ground, okay? Honor where you are. Find the expression that serves you, that respects you. Whichever one it is. And then exhale, hands to the earth, back knee lift. So come back to that center line. It's such a powerful orientation. Everyone has one, even our beloved pets. Their center line just runs horizontal, ours runs vertical. Draw into the core, leg reaches back, plank. From that plank, knees, hips, elbows, shoulders to the back. You are melting down so that you can saturate your awareness in the vision you hold for yourself. Inhale, Shalabhasana. Hands ground down, feet ground down. Rise up, Bhujangasana. Draw through the core. This is all our inseams, our inner arms, our inner legs, our inner belly, the erector spinae, all these deep muscles. Hands under the postural chain, feet ground, heart opens. 2 more on your own. And then from Cobra, lift up, move it back, downward facing dog. Breathe into it and receive it. Be nourished by your breath, because the vision is just what calls us forward. It gives us direction, it gives us boundaries. It's a point of measurement. It's not the terrain. You, your inner self, is the terrain. So you want to nourish the soil of your soul. You want to nourish your physical body so that you can animate the vision of your own truth. Walk your feet forward. Coming all the way forward, exhale over. Uttanasana. Inhale, find length. And exhale, bow down. Inhale, find length. Grow long through the spine. Rise up. Arms sweep up overhead. Full deep breath in. Exhale the hands to your heart. Remind yourself of where you were and how you were when you began. Let your inner self receive the nourishment that you're bringing forward. As you breathe into those layers of you, let your hands relax. You're going to pick up your left knee, tree pose, Vrikshasana. So one leg is grounded and we need to root into the earth. So in order to rise up, we got to tend to the roots. We have to tend to the soil, right? Seldom to allow a tree to bloom do you spray the tree. You usually put the nutrients and the intention of caring for it into the earth. So stand into your foot, draw into the belly. Remember that center line. Find the expression with your arms that's going to serve you. And then drawing into that core, you got to ground into the foot to lift up more from this back body. Bring the knee forward, bend both knees. We're going to shift into warrior 3 so we can take flight. Let the arms stay overhead or back by your side. Take flight into that vision you're holding for yourself, believing in it. And then we're going to bend the knee into warrior 1. Bend the elbows or find the hands overhead. Ground into the earth. Draw in. So feel that line. Lean forward. Feel that vertical line. All the curves. Draw into the core structure of it all. And then inhale, rise up. Big full breath in. Straighten the leg and then pivot. Pivot to the center. Heel toe the feet further apart. Turn this foot out. Right foot out. Bend the knee. Draw into the belly. Here we are, side angle pose again. Full breath in. And then heel toe the foot in. Hand comes to the hip. Shift the weight forward. And inhale. Now, we're standing on our side. Foot's grounded. Lift up. Think of how the roots are supporting you to feel the expansion. So the marination is connecting into the foundation. If you like, bend the knee, find the foot, open the heart, lean back into the arms of grace, and then exhale, bend the knee, foot grounds down, rise all the way up, lift up, reach back, reverse warrior two. Feel the connection to the energy as a whole, and then hand to the earth. Spin the heel up, right leg goes to the sky, and then foot comes to the earth. Inhale, plank. Notice how I'm not doing chaturanga this month. Bend the elbows, draw in, stay connected. I promise you it's coming forward once we shift into fire season, Aries season, and come down to the earth. Feel how the journey thus far serves you. And then carry on. Hands under your shoulders. Shoulders drawn to the back. Inhale, cobra. Lift up. Move it all the way back. Downward dog. You're going to bend both knees. Come into a nice neutral spine. Right leg's going to lift up. Cross the leg back behind you. Push into the foot and just look over the right shoulder to clear out. And then sweep the leg all the way out to the side. Hips move back, rise up, lift up. Reach over just to clear the hips out. Now you're going to draw into the center. Foot comes forward. So here you are, low lunge. Maybe it didn't look that graceful. It's all good. Find your low lunge, draw into the core. So as you feel the connected, we're not lifting up from here. We're going to feel this connection right through our center line, but it's a split at the heart center. As much as what's going up, the rest is going down. High lunge, arms sweep up high, big full breath in, and then bend both knees, step it forward. Utkatasana, feel that fierce love, and then inhale, rise all the way up. Arms sweep up high, hands to your heart. Now just recall what you can recall, not the external expression of the flow, but really what did you feel on the inside? How can you actually work with the inner energetics, the inner energetic signature of you, and reorient to care for your inner self, to feel the method in which you engage to your truth, and just remember what you can remember and see yourself moving through the flow again without even doing it. Back to this moment. Weight moves into the left foot. Inhale the right knee up. Foot to the upper inner thigh. Draw into the core. And then move the arms into the expression that's going to support the vision. That's going to support the feeling that you're already marinating in, right? Everybody's going to go marinate chicken and put it on the grill or marinate vegetables after this. And because it brings the flavor out, it brings it forward. Draw into the core, and then we're going to move from that tree, really connected to the back body as much as the front body. The knee comes through the center, shift, and then as you shift in to that warrior three. Let the arms move into the expression that you can remain connected to. And then we'll shift back into warrior one. So grounding, cultivating, connecting, co-creating, enjoying and breathing. Finding a steadiness, a solidness, and nourishment and strength in the leg. Pivot, arms go wide, heel to the feet wide enough. I'm going to shimmy so I don't run into the window. And then once you find that foundation, bend the knee, elbow to the thigh, arm by your ear. Nice little flow. And if you're like, oh, Teresa, thanks for the balance. Can I give you a little trick? See yourself tonight trying to brush your teeth standing on one foot. And if you're like, there's no way I could brush my teeth standing on one foot, I bet you there is. You can find all kinds of ways to work on your grace, your ability to remain centered. You don't have to wait for the yoga mat. Here we are. Heel to the back foot in. Shift it forward. And these are little things. We usually want to have all the things, but then we don't do the little things to get to all the things. Half moon pose. Perhaps you bend the knee. Find the foot. Remember what's supporting you, right? What are you nourished in and honoring? Yikes. And then into that support, free the foot. Step it all the way back, ground into the earth. Inhaling, lifting up. And then inhale through the center. Hand to the ground. Spin the back heel up. Lift it up. Downward dog. Inhale, plank, knees. So you're not just plopping down. Your inner thighs are lifting, your core is lifting, your elbows are bending. The shoulders are to the back. All the way down to the earth. Pillow the hands, rest. Or let your arms be by the sides. Breathe into it. And now bring the gaze back to the center. Come back to that line, through those channels of the center of the forehead, the center of the throat, the center of the heart, the solar plexus, the sacrum, the hips, and between your legs, and between your feet, and between your arms. Spread through the fingers, shoulders to the back. Inhale, cobra. Lift it up. Move it back. Downward dog. And the knees come to the earth, right? Left leg goes back, leg moves across the midline to the right edge of the mat. Look over, feel your breath. And then sweep the leg out to the side. Foot grounds down. Inhale, lift up. Feel that length through the spine. And then you're gonna circle through, step the left foot forward. Now, use your hands as much as you need to. Readjust as much as you need to. Draw into that core. Make the connection. You can stay here too, by the way. Or you're gonna rise up into that full vision of you've arrived. The journey is here for you. Step it forward, Utkatasana. It's been a while, I feel like. And then rise all the way up standing. Arms sweep overhead. Hands to heart center. Celebrate that you chose to participate. That there's a part of you. This is what yoga is. We keep showing up no matter what. Because we know without a doubt that we'll get to that feeling that we know is within. Big deep breath in. And a big deep breath out. Feel lift in the heart, exhale, bow all the way forward, pause. Feel the breath expand out, and then exhale, bow in, feet together or heel toe the feet apart. Mindful of knees, you do you, you're in charge. Malasana, plow pose. And then find your seat. And as you come into that seat, legs are going to stretch out long. Hands are going to come by your sides. My dog chewed up a dead leaf. So it's all over the place. Hands are going to come by your sides. You're actually going to lean forward. You might even, if you have them, want blocks to get up more height. Now, you can do this with your knees a little bent, okay? Pull in, hands are gonna ground down. You're gonna sweep back, so let's do this. You're gonna lean forward, pull into the core, hands ground down. I know, it's a little weird. And then you push back, you push the inner thighs back, you breathe in, shoulders are drawing in, and then you come back down. You could do it with your hands flat. It's gonna be a little harder, so you might have to be up on the ridges, ground down, shoulders to the back. You're leaning your head forward as you pull your hips back. I'm shaking, so I know you are. It's balance of a different kind. So, yes, we're leaning forward. We're sweeping, okay? We're creating physical evidence that there's energy we can lean back to in a moment. So pull in, draw in, sweep back. So your heels are grounding, your elbows are bent, your shoulders are drawing in. Sweep back, sweep back, sweep back. All the way down. 5's our number. That's how we create the change. So I want you to envision yourself getting stronger. This isn't about trying to stand on one hand with one foot going the other way, the other one going the other way. This is just about a solid connection to your inner soul, to your inner self, to your inner genius, to the future, to your future self that can help call humanity forward. Was that a good break? So what do we have? 2 more? Really pull in, pull in, pull in. Come back down. Last one. Sweep back, sweep back, sweep back. You'll probably have evidence tomorrow. So now, bring your hips forward. Move the blocks to the side. You're going to come down, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way to the earth. Head to the ground, arms lean up. So, this little watery anchor we've had is about being dreamy. I'm recording this on Tuesday, tomorrow evening at about 7 o'clock. You're already probably feeling it. There's something called a conjunction. It's like a new moon. It's where the sun and Neptune start. They're at the same point in the sky. And so what this means is that they're really informing one another. And then we'll go through a whole 368 or 80-day journey until they meet up again. And so in that, it's about holding dreams. It's about having a vision. It's also about realizing how things can be extra blurry and foggy, how we might lean more towards substance to numb what we really feel. And I encourage you to just feel the vision for yourself of where you want to be a year from now. How do you want to feel? There's still too many unknowns, but how do you want to feel? Do you want to feel healthy? Do you want to feel good inside? Do you want to paint a wall? No, I'm kidding. Legs stretch out, bend your knees, feet are off the ground. Do you want to, now if you have an external goal, a vision, I want to be able to do handstand. I'll just throw that out there. I want you to go into the land of how do you want to feel in that. I want a partner to enjoy life with. How do you want to feel when you're with that partner? Do you want to trust them? Do you want to believe in them? Do you want to be adored by them? Do you want to know they're committed to you? Okay? Get clear in the feeling of it. And it's not about the fantasy, but you do have to imagine. So here we are. We're going to go to Plow Pose, or you may just go to legs up the wall, into legs up the wall. You may use your block and do inverted supported bridge and supported shoulder stand. But before you even go, see yourself. See yourself doing it. Marinate your whole experience, every cell of your body, and the idea of the pose you're going to do and how do you want to feel in it. I'll tell you right now, a lot of people do poses and exercises for their ego, for accomplishment, and not for experience. So as you're here, draw in, decide where you want to be, see yourself being there, and then move in. If you're going into Plow Pose, then you roll up, rock up. I don't think I got in here very gracefully, but hey, it's all good. Find where you are, feel the breath, the connection into that back body. Throat's open, maybe your legs up the wall because you really want to feel more nourished. And from that Plow Pose, 5 breaths. If you have variations of Plow Pose that you enjoy, go for it. But you're breathing into the back body. And then you're going to slowly come out of it. Even seeing yourself coming out of it. I should have given you that moment, so apologize. And then happy baby or reclined butterfly, whatever works for you. Let the head be free. If you did legs up the wall, just enjoy being there. Something calls you to the wall, to move your legs up the wall. Don't rush out of it. Breathe into it. So one of the first teachings I learned in yoga that really shifted, bring your knees together, feet come to the ground. Arms stretch out from your shoulders like a T. I was in Costa Rica. It was beautiful. Can't wait to go back one day. And one of the first things Donna Namba taught was where your awareness goes, prana flows. Well, prana is our life force. It's our vitality. So by focusing on, it's even a technique that I have in a few practices as a coach to help you clarify that vision. We have an imagination, we want to use it, especially now. And when you can focus on it, that's where your energy will go. So feet, a twist of your choice. Knees are going to go to the left first. Gaze goes to the right. 5 breaths. Because when we can imagine, we can invent. Invent ways of being that are in service to the whole. But we have to dream it first. When the law of gravity was formulated, there was a plague. Newton left the city and went to the countryside. Something called him there, a vision, a need for space, a feeling, and his imagination. I don't know if the apple's really true, but something sparked a creative pursuit. Understanding gravity has helped us move forward as humanity. It's expanded our understanding of the world. Inhale your knees to the center. Exhale, knees go over to the right side. Gaze goes to the left. 5 breaths. Again, you can come out of legs up the wall for Shavasana. I really am a believer that you can spend 15 minutes in legs up the wall just fine. And then inhale, come back through the center. So our imagination is definitely based on our beliefs. So we want to believe in ourselves. We want to believe in the vision of our future self. Healthy, vital, nourished, easeful. Stretch your legs out long. Let your arms adjust. Let your spine adjust. And as we're here, we're just going to do the light bath meditation lying down. So you can just see clouds, if you will, like diamond white clouds, full of nourishing energy, and then they're just pouring energetically down upon you. Just like if you were going to marinate a vegetable, you would pour the oil, right, to saturate. So just let that higher energy, you get to choose what you're pouring down. It can sit like 5 feet above you, 2 feet above you. Maybe you need it really close to feel it. And as it pours down through you, it's pouring straight down, washing over you, just like if you took a shower. And pouring straight down through you, and just whatever is blocking you or inhibiting you, you're actually really letting the light nourish into the earth. Because it's pouring through you, the essence of you, just like the air we breathe, the trees receive it. So let the earth receive your energy. Relax into the arms of the universe.
just as you are. Enjoy a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Just as you are, awaken to more of who you are. And breathing in and breathing out, allowing the deeper layers of yourself to be nourished and cared for. You're gonna roll all the way over to one side and slowly come up seated. And in that seat, sit well with the energy of you. And as you sit, lean back. Lean back into that expansive view of your innermost self. Feeling that you've arrived at one of those destinations and you know there's just more, but you've arrived with your vitality and your nourishment, more grounded, more connected. And may that serve you well. So from my heart to yours, may we welcome in the light as we say hello to this new moment in our journey. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. The pitter patters you hear in the background are my parents, and I thought about it in that energy of how, you know, I am who I am because of them. I mean, physically, I'm their DNA, right? And that ability to adapt and dance with life is very much because of them. So that vision that they have held for me, right? The future that they called in, even for me, they know I've done it my own way, but to be able to be in a place to house them and support them is really sweet. And so holding that vision for them as they transition into their new role and seeing their home full of love and connection and those sort of things. So I just thought that was kind of a more tangible and mundane expression of everything that I was talking of that most of us can relate to. So in that, be certain as you journey through your day that you care for yourself. I would actually recommend to encourage the water intake right now, and I will be here on Thursday and I will be sharing more. It'll be more I don't know what it'll be. We'll just wait till Thursday, okay? And that Pisces new moon is just around the corner, so we'll have that double water energy. And here we go. It's time to really allow our hearts to be pregnant with the potential that we hold. Bye, you guys. Thank you all so much for showing up, however you show up, whether you're new to this or we've been hanging out for decades. I can't believe it. I'm 2 years from teaching for 2 decades. So whether you're on YouTube, whether you randomly found this, whether we've become new friends because of the cosmos, I really, really appreciate you guys so much. And Diane, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I always see you smiling when I do the balancing poses. And I hope today too, I hope the practice was enough of a challenge and grounding, and that we all can have that vision. Yeah, you're welcome. And I will be back, okay?